One of President Trump's first executive orders was recreating the world, male and female. It was kind of like something out of the Bible. Now we hear references to the cleansing of the temple. You don't really need to be a Bible scholar to get the references. Ronald Reagan said government never voluntarily reduces itself. A government program or bureau is the closest thing to eternal life. At the Starbucks this morning, some guy had a baby with him, and I was kind of wondering what the world would be like in 2050 when this kid is grown up. I have to believe it's going to be a better place because many of us have stopped believing in all the bullshit. What we're going through now is not pleasant, and it's probably going to be a rough ride for quite a while. We're not so much divided as we have been distracted from what's going on. Corruption, money laundering, and a lot of wasting of resources. We're all learning a lot. And the emerging phenomenon of being divided and polarized is merging into the idea of being metro political. For the Trumpsters, it's kind of a religion. And for the left, it's a hedging your bets because it might be to your benefit to do so. In the process, it will be the end of eternal life for the government and into the resurrection of new life. Welcome. Welcome to Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith here in Chicago. We have a particular culture, and people ask me if there's a lot of protests going on in the streets. And I think people are kind of disappointed to hear it's pretty quiet right now. Barricade fencing is standing by just in case it's needed. And I've seen a couple of people walking around with placards. Um, Bernie Sanders recently said that we need to get a plan, make a plan, raise money, and regain political power. He said we can't pull the covers over our heads, but it seems many people are. Northern Trust put out their forecast, and it seems pretty favorable. And even the New York Times is giving a pretty even keel take on it all. In church, they are telling us that we have our personal beliefs, but also the larger body of the church and the world that must inform public policy. Part of the genius of the founding fathers was to create the separation of church and state. We've kind of just always assumed it was for the benefit of the church, but now we can see that it allows the state the freedom to operate without the burden and onerous oversight of the church. That kind of sounds bad, but it's to everyone's benefit to have the state worry about the state and the church about the church. All powers not given to the federal government belong to the state or the people. We intrinsically have the freedom to do whatever we want to do. We can do drugs, have abortions, and probably kill people. But we also have laws which prohibit these activities and prescribe consequences for doing these things because we've all agreed on that. But there is a lot we haven't agreed upon. The New York Times says much of what President Trump is doing is illegal. Perhaps that's the greater prize President Trump is going for, bringing the constitutionality of many of these laws into question. In the process, we have the unitary executive exercising his office fully. It provides us the opportunity to support or push back. In the process, hopefully, we'll learn we're not divided or polarized. And instead, we have a voice. That was supposed to be the message all along. In the 2012 presidential debate between Mitt Romney and Barack Obama, Mitt Romney said, "We don't want trickle down government." And Woodrow Wilson famously said, "We have to make the world safe for democracy." It's a wonder we're not all more crazy than we are. We're desperate for leadership. We gave up on God a long time ago. He can't even get our attention. But Mr. Trump has gotten our attention. We're all metro political now. If you would like to join us at Conservative Coffee Hour, Conservative Coffee Hour is every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. I'll be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.